Ben Zobrist. I play for the Tampa Bay Rays here in St. Petersburg, Florida. I first understood the gospel when I was a very young child, when I was about 4 years old, to be exact. And I think I heard it in Sunday school, and it finally clicked, with me that, if I didn't have a relationship with Christ, that someday I wouldn't get a chance to go to heaven if I died. And I was worried about that, and I talked to my mom about it before we were going to bed one night, because she used to come in and pray with me before we'd go to sleep, and I just remember being afraid to go to hell. And I don't think that's a wrong way to come to know the Lord, because we need to fear Him, and I realized that I needed to have a personal relationship with Him in order to be safe and secure and be able to go to heaven someday. And at that point is when I first accepted Christ into my life. In every way possible. I think there's no way to put a gauge or a percentage on how much he's changed me or made me into who I am. I don't know. I really don't want to know what I'd be like without Him in my life. But the influence that He's had in me has just stretched from my relationships to what I do on a daily basis, what I do out here on the baseball field. What I have a heart for, what I would like to do in my life, and all those things are influenced by what Christ has done in my life, and just giving me a passion to live for Him and live for things that are eternal, things that we don't see, things that on a regular basis we may not understand right now, but just to be able to see the Lord working in people's hearts. I think we all have a measure of influence in our life on people that are around us on a regular basis, and what I get a chance to do on a regular basis out here on the ball field gives me the opportunity to minister to people that I'll never get a chance to know, and to see people come up and share their hearts with me, and see that the Lord is using me to possibly influence other people. Just by going out here and playing a game and giving God the glory for that, I think is something that only God can do. Only God can make those things happen, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to have influence in the game. But I also realize that we all have a measure of influence in the people that are around us on a regular basis. I have a desire to help my family grow, my wife and my son, and want to see them grow up in their relationship with Christ and come to know Him better, and to want to use their talents and their abilities to glorify Him as well, and that's what our heart is. That's one I think you really need to take to heart and examine your own heart about, because I know that there have been times where I have put the game or other things ahead of the Lord in my life, and making those other things idols. When God needs to have first place, He needs to be what I'm most love in my life, what I'm most enthusiastic about, what I do everything for. He needs to have first place in every part of my life. And if I would say one thing to people that I think that we don't do enough, is just examine our own hearts and see really where we're at, and things that we might be enjoying more than we enjoy our relationship with God. I would say have as much fun with it as possible. It's a game. Remember that. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Go out there and have fun and enjoy the game. And I believe that you should work heartily in whatever you do. So play it with all your heart as well, and put a lot into it. Work hard and see what kind of talent, see where God might take you. I never realized that He would take me out here playing in the major leagues. I never thought that was a possibility even as a kid, but I just dedicated myself to every day giving it to Him, and wanted to make the most out of whatever He gave me, and this is where He brought me.